Welcome back. So chapter 7 is all about exponential functions and exponential equations. So we're going to start today just with the very basics of how can I solve an exponential equation. So the ones today are going to be unique. The ones today, you're going to be able to use what's called a common base in order to solve these. What I mean by that is if you look at this, you look at what base the exponent has. So here, the exponent is with the number 2. So I want to rewrite that 8 to be some power of 2. Now hopefully you remember that 8 is 2 to the third. And if you forgot, there's two things you can do. You can look at your powers chart, or you can use your calculator to help you find that. Now, once you know that, once you can write them in a common base, what that means is now those exponents have to be equal. So x is going to have to be 3. So that's the power of these common bases. It lets you set the exponents equal and then solve something much simpler. Let's take a look at the next one. So here, my exponent is connected to the number 3. 3 is my base. So I need to rewrite 9 in terms of base 2, or base 3, I apologize. And 9 is going to be 3 squared. So now that I have that common base, now I can just set my exponents equal to each other. So x plus 4 is going to equal 2. And then finally subtract 4 from both sides. X is going to equal -2. For our next one, our base is 5. So 125, look at your powers chart or use your calculator. That is going to be 5 cubed. So now that I have that common base, now I'm going to set my exponents equal to each other. Add 1 to both sides. So my solution is going to be x equals 4. All right. So one thing to not forget. Now, hopefully you remember this from the radicals, but when you're solving these, you need to get the exponential term by itself. So get that term you're focusing on by itself. So what I mean by that is here, I need to divide both sides by 2 because I have this 2 out front of my exponent. So you need to get the exponential term by itself. You don't want anything multiplying it. You don't want anything after it being added or subtracted. Just get it by itself. And now we have that base 3. So I'm going to rewrite 81 in terms of a base 3. And 81 is going to be 3 to the 4th power. Once you recognize that, now you can set the exponents equal and add 1 to both sides to solve and get the x equals 5. Same thing here. I'm going to divide by 7 on both sides. I want to get that away. 56 divided by 7 is going to be 8. So my base here is 2, so I need to rewrite 8 in terms of 2. Well, you probably saw from earlier in the notes, 8 is 2 cubed. So once I'm able to rewrite it that way, once I get that common base, now I set my exponents equal. I'm going to divide both sides by 3, so I get x is 1. So that's it for this note. Again, the big idea is get that common base. And if you need help searching, you reference your powers chart, or your calculator can also help you generate a list to help you find that answer. So thank you for joining me, and make sure you come and ask if you have any questions.